The Blood Moon event has been out for some time now, and the opinions on it have been very mixed. Now, this is not that big of a surprise, as the past year's Blood Moon event was deemed as one of the most boring events in Dead by Daylight, but it seems like this year it's even worse. So, as the Tokyo Ghoul livestream stated, this event's focus besides blood points is a new mechanic that is called blood generators, and these work in a completely unique way compared to any mechanic that was introduced before in the game. In order to turn on blood generators, survivors will have to first interact with blood pumps that spawn around the map. Interacting with a blood pump will allow you to fill a jerrycan with a limited amount of blood that gets refilled with time, so you cannot constantly use the same pump without waiting first. While filling the jerrycan, it will also reveal the location of a blood generator that is near you in purple. Once you have your jerrycan filled, you have the choice of running with it, which will make you more sound and spill part of the blood on the ground, or walk to a generator, which will be slower but you will be less noisy and keep the blood inside the can. And then once you arrive at a generator, all you have to do is fill it with the can until the generator is fully repaired. There are 4 blood generators in every match, which makes survivors have to interact with these generators if they want to escape. And once the generators are all repaired, jerrycans will automatically drop on the ground and disappear. Now for the killer side, all you can do is kick Blood Moon generators when you find them, or kick the jerrycans in case survivors drop them manually, which is most of the time completely pointless, as the jerrycans will automatically lose progress when they are dropped. As you can immediately tell without having to play the event, it seems like this is more of a beta test in order to see how new generator types and objectives can be introduced in the game, and that's it. Unlike the past year's event, there is absolutely nothing for killers to play this one for. No droplet interactions like before, or being able to interact with blood basins in order to create zones where the basic attack is extended. So already this mode seems unappealing for killers, as it changes nothing gameplay wise for them, but it is also extremely survivor sided. The blood generators can be repaired insanely fast, faster than a normal generator will ever be repaired, as you can complete a generator in some quick trips as a solo survivor, or stack it with a friend and get it done in just 2 sessions. There is also the mechanic of having the exact location of a generator be revealed to you anytime you interact with a blood pump, which basically gives you aura reading perks like Deja Vu or Visionary for free. Completely removes the downtime of having to search for a blood generator in order to pour your jerrycan into, and also makes the mechanic of running to prevent spilling the content inside to be completely useless, as blood pumps spawn close to blood generators so you can just refill them back again, saving you extra time that you would spend walking. I get why they did this, as a new player will understand that they have to bring the jerrycan to the revealed object, but it just buffs survivors even more. At no point in any of my matches playing this mode did I ever feel the need of using a faraway pump in order to bring the jerrycan to a generator, and I never saw a pump empty. So the balance the devs tried to do, where they made generators repair faster to compensate for the fact you waste time moving around the map, is broken, as you barely lose any time doing so, and it's still much faster than repairing a normal generator. And the worst part is that not only are blood generators flying in speed, they also have barely any regression at all. This is something the devs said on the live stream, so I won't complain about this much, but basically every single perk related to generators is not applied to blood generators at all. So perks like Pain Resonance or Surge will not work on them. Perks that increase the speed of kicking them like Brutal or slowing them down like Thanatophobia won't work either. And even perks that give tokens per generator repaired do not detect these generators as gens, so Fire Up and Coup de Grace do not work. I get it, these generators work in a different way, and who knows, having Ruin interact with them might completely crash the game. But what I didn't expect is the fact that this is applied to killer powers too, which in retrospect seems obvious, but I genuinely didn't expect it to work that way. Houndmaster cannot lead her dog to search for blood generators, and Freddy cannot teleport to them either. The worst offender is the pig, as she got nerfed for this mode, because repairing a blood generator will not trigger the reverse bear trap, There is also another problem with the jerry cans in that they count as special items, and so they cannot be used with another special item at the same time. This means that if you're holding an EMP or a tape from Sadako, you cannot interact with the blood pumps or blood generators unless you use those items first. That makes Sadako and Singularity way better in this mode compared to the default. And there is also the issue that has been plaguing these events for years, where the appearance of blood pumps will make certain killer spawnables like Xenomorph's tunnels and Sadako's TVs to be worse, further nerfing those killers and making them feel worse to play in this event. So not only are you limited on what builds you can bring as a killer, since you most likely will have to settle with Hex, Chase or Aura builds, you also have to play different killers as some of them straight up don't work, and then generators are significantly faster here. There is absolutely no reason as a killer to queue up for this match besides finishing the challenges or because of the novelty, or unless you want a hard mode DBD. This only leaves tryhard killers inside this mode that can resist that generator pressure, like Kaneki, Nurse, Blight or Singularity. I don't get why nothing was introduced for killers in this mode. It would have been cool if killers could interact with the blood pumps in order to empty them up, maybe buffing the killers in some way, or have it so that hitting a survivor with a jerry can will make them drop it on the ground, and kicking it will create a zone like the blood basins from the past event. That way, at least there is something that killers would be able to do. But as it is right now, this feels like a purely survivor-sided mode. The issues are not only limited to the killers. The Bloodshot Eye offering is still an objectively worse blood point giver compared to a party streamer or any of the past anniversary cakes, and it is a personal offering, meaning that stacking it with your group of friends is useless. It also will be filling your blood webs during this event, and once this event is over, these offerings are useless. So we are basically losing a lot of blood points on nothing. To make things worse, the blood point multiplier that we earn throughout the event only applies to the event's core activities, which is the same as it used to be. However, in the past, it was easier to get these event actions, whereas now, you have to interact with the pumps and repair generators, so that already makes this event Gen Rush focused, even if what you want is just earning more blood points. And a very big oversight of this mode is that if you don't finish repairing a blood generator, you completely miss out on the big payout once it's repaired. What this means is that you could be repairing the generator with someone else, end up emptying your jerry can completely, and only the other person will get the points since they were the one that put the last drop to repair the generator. This has a very easy fix. Make it so that repairing a gen will reward every single survivor in the lobby with the points, even if they didn't participate in it. Or, if this is too much, make it so that interacting with the blood generator will give you the repair bonus once that gen is repaired. But this would require more programming effort by the devs. Another big problem of the event is the aesthetics themselves, which were already an issue in the past. Since all hooks and generators now look red, even when you play the normal mode, it makes it look like there are scratch marks all over the map, and this has confused me already various times. I wish that whenever an event is out, if you play the normal queues, all event decorations are gone too, as I do not want to see these blood generators and hooks again. It will also make every single gameplay footage that I record on this month to have these annoying generator and hook decorations, which can be confusing for future players if they see it in some video I release in the future. Now on the more positive side, the new generator mechanics is really cool for survivors, and I actually find it fun as it completely changes the original core mechanic of just holding the button in order to repair generators. Now you have to find a blood pump, fill your can with it, go to a generator, and pour it all. The animation and sounds of this event are really well made, and it feels like a significantly better mechanic compared to the survivor version of the blood basins from the 2024 event. If they are indeed using this as a beta test, then I would love to see this mechanic implemented in the future, but it needs major balancing first, as it is way too fast, and not having any perks or powers work with it makes it even harder to test if they are fair to see in the game. The rewards are also really cool, continuing the aesthetic of the past Blood Moon event, and I like how the Trapper cosmetic has unique sound effects, as anytime you move with him in the store, it sounds like chains. However, for some reason, some of the cosmetics are missing from this event, like the Gabriel and Meg shirts, as well as weapons for killers too. Maybe they will be released sometime in the future, which I hope is the case, as I was looking forward to unlocking them, especially the weapons. The paid cosmetics are also top notch as always, as long as you ignore the fact that the knight is currently completely bugged in first person, which is weird how this happened to a paid cosmetic, but hopefully it is fixed soon. Let me know what you think of this event, if you're having fun with it or not, and which things you would do to improve it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.